Black History Month is an integral part of our nation's tradition, in which we continue to recognize and promote positive, impactful individuals. The Sports Shop with Reese and K-Mac Salute to Champions would like to recognize this individual for their contribution.
Oh, man, it goes without saying, man. You know, I think, Jasmine, how old are you? 20-something, right?
27. I'll be 28 next month.
So Chucky has played on
2 years younger than me.
Yeah, this guy's played. if you divide it by 2, that's somewhere in 12, 13, 14, right? Well, this guy, that's how many years he played in the league. And probably number of teams he played on too. This is like, but
he's got more teams than Antonio Cromartie as kids. I think I said in the battle round.
Spin balls.
Hey, I came with balls ready. He better be.
Don't worry. I don't know. Last time, Chuck, I think MC just got you.
It was sneak attack.
But no, we really happy to have a guy that of course, played here in North Carolina High School, matriculated at NC State University, played for the great Jimmy V, and played in the NBA for a long time. Was a lot to say, and won the NBA championship. Happy to have our next recipient of 2020 Salute the Champions up in the building, Chucky Brown. What's up, Chucky?
Hey, what's happening, man? Thank you for having me always.
Man, I didn't know that. I know you was a world champion in the NBA.
This guy,
man, congratulations. When did you find out you got a ring?
See, some things you just don't even comment. You know what I'm saying? Don't even comment on it.
You're an NBA champion too.
Sir.
I was reading the bio. I said, "Damn, but this is the same Chucky Brown."
I know he did say that. He even said, "You should have Chuck is a common name. You should have the right one."
Or is this Charles?
No, see, it's Clarence. So it's not Charles.
Is it the Godfather Go-Go?
It's the right Chucky.
So Chuck, really though, seriously, I would say this: the common words that people use to describe you seriously, when I talk about you, they say he's just a nice guy. He's a super nice guy. How does it make you feel when people say that? Is that?
I mean, I love it. I think it's cool to be nice. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people want to have a stripe for being mean. I mean, you know, you only hear a short period of time.
Right.
So, you know, just be nice. Be nice to people. Treat people like you want to be treated, and that's all I do. That's all I do.
Outstanding. We're talking with Chucky Brown, NBA legend, NC State Wolfpack legend, NBA great, now a high school basketball coach, and also a 2020 Salute the Champions recipient from the Sports Shop.
Yeah.
And Chucky, you know, we just talked to Terrence and Torrey Holt earlier,
right?
And we were talking about things that I didn't know personally about them that, you know, made their story even that much more interesting. Talk about coming to NC State early days and talk about what that was like and kind of how you were feeling when you said, okay, I don't know what this holds for me, but I'm here to do it. Let's do it.
When I first came to NC State, you know, when I first saw it when I was in high school, when I first came, I really didn't know much about NC State because Jimmy Black is a guy that went to my high school when I was in New York,
right?
And I moved down here in the 10th grade, so I knew who Jimmy Black was, so I knew about Carolina. You know, James Worthy was my favorite player. So, and that's why I wore 52. So I know a lot about Carolina. I know a lot about Carolina.
Yeah.
But my high school coach is the one that brought me over to NC State, and I met Coach Valvano, who I just moved down here from New York. So, and he was from Queens. So when I got here, the person that he stuck me with was Lorenzo Charles, who's from Brooklyn. Wow. You know what I'm saying? So they stuck me with a New York guy. Ernie Myers was another one.
Yeah, Ernie.
So
we know Ernie.
They're New York guys, so he stuck me with them. So then I began to love NC State, and when I got to the when I came in as a freshman, you know, I was just like, you know what, I'm here,
right?
You know, let's have fun, you know, and let's see where this thing takes us, you know. So you know, Coach V was always good to me. You know, I got fussed out a couple of times deservingly. You know what I'm saying? It happens.
We all earned that.
Oh yeah, I earned it. So
right.
You know, you don't take it personal, but you know, when I got there, it was a great feeling. You know, I think he knew what he was doing by putting me with guys that were that I would be familiar with, you know, and Ernie and I knew some of the same people in New York. So I think he knew what he was doing by sticking me with those guys.
Right. So, of course, you had tremendous success while you're at NC State. By the way, we're talking with Chucky Brown.
Yes.
Our 2020 Salute the Champions recipient for this year. One of our recipients for this year. Talk about that period at NC State. Was there any point, because you guys were really successful, was there any point where you said, maybe I can't do this? Is there any point where you really thought like that?
Nah, no, it never was a point in college that I thought that. It was never a point. Austin was through a kid that I was training.
Okay.
And his dad liked what I was doing with his son, trying to build confidence. You know, so it's a little different now where you can't really tear people down like you used to, and then try to build them up. You got to try to build them up
from where they are.
Where they are. You know what I'm saying? Like years ago, we got fussed out all the time. We laugh about it later.
Exactly.
But now, society's changed. Things have changed.
Yeah.
So you can't do that. So I decided to train people just to try to share my knowledge of the game because I couldn't go out there and play anymore. So I'd like to try to help somebody else be successful.
No, this is good stuff, man. Again, we're talking to Chucky Brown, who's up in here. He's normally with us anyway, but as when his name was submitted, I was like, you know what, that makes a whole lot of sense, and we just got really excited about it. Speaking of, you are the head coach at West Johnson.
Yes, sir.
How'd you guys do this year?
We did better than last year.
Okay.
I think it was 2 and 20-something.
Okay.
We won 5 games this year, so we're trying to build a culture of believing in yourself, winning, and just going out fighting for what you want.
Do you personally like coaching?
I love it.
There.
I love it. I love it. Yeah,
Okay.
it's nothing more satisfying than asking someone to go out and do something and they try to do it. There's nothing more satisfying than that, to see them work hard.
Wow. We're talking with Chucky Brown, a 2020's recipient for our Salute to Champions Award. And, you were just talking about, how much you love coaching now.
Right.
Did you know you would feel that way when you got a chance to get into it? And I could tell how you love the game of basketball. Right. It is who you are, whether you like to admit it or not. Right. You love the game of basketball.
He does.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, look. And now, is it hard for sometimes to see young players that don't, I won't say respect, but don't love the game as much as you love it?
Yeah, it's really hard to see players go out and play like, I can do it tomorrow. I don't feel like doing it right now.
Yeah.
That's
I'm busy
really
right
hard.
now.
That's hard because it's really a privilege to play, and everybody can't do it.
Right.
So, and you can only do it for so long. So that's why I think you should, put more into it. If you're going to do it,
right,
you got to go in it all the way.
Fighting that youth mentality sometimes, or immortality, if you would.
Yes,
is real tough. When you start getting around a lot of young people, because, and believe it or not, we all felt the same way.
We
all felt the same way.
Exactly.
Well, I just do it. 2 years from now, I'll get it right. Well, you may not be able to do that 2 years from now. You don't know that.
That's right.
With the passing of Kobe just under a month ago, was there anything that you had, conversations you had with your team, or anything about that situation that affected your team?
No, we didn't talk about it.
Or do they know? I mean, they know who Kobe
they know who Kobe
is.
Yeah, I've got one kid, Caleb, who's he raved about Kobe all the time, even before this happened.
Right.
Kobe was his favorite player. But no, we never really talked about it. They asked me about like my last conversation, which I shared with you guys when I saw him up in Charlotte. I shared that with them. And they were just like, because I had on my Instagram, I had posted. They was asking me, like they never saw me play. So they were like, were you any good? You know what I'm saying? So I had to go post one of my favorite highlights, which is blocking Kobe's shot. You know what I'm saying? So when I posted that, then, they changed. Oh, you blocked his shot. I was like, yeah, I blocked it twice that game. So
you're like, okay.
Yeah, we didn't.
Kobe didn't forget it. I guarantee you.
He didn't. No, he didn't.
He did not forget that.
He did not forget it.
Yeah.
But I did not, we didn't talk about it like,
Too much.
Nah, not too much,
Yeah, ironic enough, they're having the memorial service today, later today. And can you just give us the short version of the story last time you talked to Kobe?
Yeah, I was in Charlotte. You guys probably at the game.
I was there. I was there.
I was standing in the back, and out my peripheral vision, I see like a tall shadow coming towards me. So, and I look at it's him. I'm kind of surprised because we talked in passing a lot,
right?
But not really had no in depth. We never hung out or nothing like that. So he came over and called. He called me like Chuck. Yo, what up, Chuck? You live down here, man? I said, yeah, I live here. I live about 2.5 hours away from here. So we was talking like, all right, man. Well, good luck. And I was like, good luck. And we said a couple other things, but that was just basically it. You know what I'm saying? But it was, it was crazy that he came up because a lot of them guys on that level
wouldn't even do that.
They see you and you got to go to them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm
And here's
saying?
Kobe Bryant coming to you.
Yeah, he came over to me. You know what I'm saying? I'm just a little role player. You know what I'm saying?
Trump, they know who you are, Trump.
Yeah, I mean, he knew who I was, but you know.
Let's get into that. That's an interesting segue into my next question. Yeah, you were a role player. You started in many games. Talk about your NBA career. At the end of the day, when we write that final chapter in that book, Chucky Brown, talk about your NBA.
I thought it was a great career. I wouldn't change anything about it because, you know, a lot of times, you know, guys may come in. The way I wanted to get on the floor, you know, was rebounding and defense, which was how I started playing.
Yes.
You know, I just started scoring once I I was a rebounder, defender, run the floor,
Some people need to hear this right now.
Yeah, so I wanted to get on the floor in the NBA.
Somewhere.
Yeah, so when I first went to Cleveland, you know, you had Mark Price, Brad Daugherty, Larry Nance, Hot Rod Williams, you know what I'm saying? Ron Harper.
I remember this. I remember all this, man.
That's a lot of shooting.
Yeah, that's a lot of shooting. So, you know, I figured, you know what? Somebody got to get out here and get some rebounds. Somebody got to play some defense, and that's what I did. And as my minutes increased, then my shots increased also.
Got it.
You know, I think I would definitely label myself as a journeyman. You know, but I called myself the mercenary. That's what I used to call myself. Nobody knew that. I'm sharing that now.
Let me back. When you name yourself,
hey, you tripping a little bit. But I was tripping.
Hey, look.
The mercenary. That sounds good. I'm going with that.
The mercenary.
Hey, look. Hey, Mary J, you can't call yourself.
I know.
That's what I call myself.
That's right. You like Mary J. I'm a living legend. You don't say that, Mary J.
You can't call yourself a living legend.
I was sitting up in the room. And I was like, you know what?
I can see it too.
I'm a mercenary. I come and take care of business. You know what I'm saying? So that was
Chucky Brown, the mercenary.
That's pretty good. So I love that. So can you think of a point when you I think you said you moved here when you were in the 10th grade?
Yes.
Okay. So moving here, can you think of a point that probably instilled, I guess, some of the values that, you know what, the fact that you just said to yourself, you know what, I can figure out how to get out here on this court. I can figure out how to contribute.
Right.
What are some of the things you think were instilled in you early on that gave you that kind of drive?
I think just my father always telling me to believe in myself, that don't ever let anybody outwork you. He always told me that. So I think those two were big things with me. And I never let anybody outwork me. And he said, and he would always say, "Hey man, they put their pants on just like you."
Go get it.
And by the way, you know our previous guest, know what he told us? He said when he met you, came home.
Right.
He came home and met you. I guess y'all was working out
in the weight room,
and you gave him some advice that he stayed with him forever.
Right.
Don't ever let anyone
that
outwork
same
you.
advice.
That same advice.
I told Tori that. I did. Yep. I remember.
He just told us that.
You just said that.
Like just in the last segment. And so it comes from your father. So your father is having an impact on future
Imagine
fitness
that.
right now.
Yeah. So okay, you mentioned the father, but who else, particularly in NBA, that gave you that motive, gave you that those words of wisdom that kind of kept you kind of focused and doing what you want to do? Who gave you some inspiration to get you there?
I think Dr. J.
That's my man.
I did not like the Sixers. I hated Philly, but I loved Dr. J.
Yeah,
because I always thought that he was a class act.
Yes,
he was always so classy, except for the time when he was choking Bird, punching him.
You know why? Because
Bird had said some things to him.
Bird saw left hand jump on him. That embarrassing. Doc went off. I remember that.
Yeah, I remember that. But Doc was always the guy. He was always the guy because of just how he handled himself. You know, and how he carried himself. I always looked at Dr. J as a guy. You know what? I'd like to be like him. You know what I'm saying? I always, and like whenever I'm not able to wear 52, I try to wear number 6.
That's right. You know, Walter Davis is the same thing. Walt Davis, he wore number 6 because of Dr. J.
Yes, sir.
It's funny, these connections. And by the way, the guys talking, they retired your number in your high school, right?
Yes, they did.
And then in May, and I made some there, you're going to go into the Wilmington Sports Hall of Fame.
Yes.
Wait a minute. You got the high school, you got a sports shop. The Susan Chapman, man, you're just stacking up this year, man.
Bring them all.
It's been a great.
Bring them all.
This month has been great. And also,
yes.
It's my birthday this month, February 29th. I'm a leap year baby. So,
so you You're probably like 22 now.
I'm
know,
13. I'll be 13. I'll be 13. So this month has been awesome for me. It's been one heck of a ride.
Oh, that's great, man.
We're talking with Chucky Brown.
That's pretty good stuff there, man.
NBA legend, NC State legend, soon to be Hall of Fame and multiple Hall of Fame.
Exactly.
All over.
Soon to be 13 years old.
As one of our 2020 Salute to Champions recipients, and Chucky, I want to ask this question. You know, this whole journey you just talked about how hard you say you didn't want anybody to outwork you, one of those things. Talk about the moment you realize, okay, I'm not going to be able to play in the NBA. This is it for me. Talk about that.
I would say I was about to quit probably after my third year in the NBA.
Wow.
And I had a conversation with my father again. So I felt like I wasn't getting a fair shake.
Okay.
I felt like, I just can't compete with these politics of the game. So I said, I'm just going to go back and get my degree.
They were better than none of that.
Not that they were better, not that. I said, I'm going to go back and get my degree. I'm going to go into law enforcement. That's what I'm going to do. That's what I wanted to do.
Wow.
So then, I met with people at the FBI. I was going to go to Quantico.
Wow. You told me that.
I told you about that,
You
right?
told me about that, yes.
So then my father told me, things are hard for you, huh? And I was like, we said, So I was like, this, that, and the other. Who else complaining? He was like, all right, I'll tell you what I want you to do. He said, I want you to go read the book of Job and call me back. So I was like, all right. So I wasn't really into the Bible like that.
Right.
I read it a little bit, the Psalms, 23rd Psalm.
Yeah, everybody was 23rd Psalm.
So then I went and read the book of Job and saw how everything was taken from Job. Then God blessed him tenfold or whatever. So then I called my father back, and he was like, you ain't got it so bad, do you? And then I said, no, you're right. So after I read that, then I took a different approach to the NBA. Then I got 9 more years out of it. You know what I'm saying?
There it is.
Man, that's the story right there. And Chucky, I must say, man, again, Chucky Brown, 2020 recipient. It's been an honor to have you part of this class, man.
It's been an honor for you to have my name, man.
Yeah,
I was really surprised.
I know. When I told him he was selected, he was surprised, and then I said, no, it was definitely deserving, man. And
Thank you.
Can't wait to see you on Thursday as part of this thing.
It's gonna be great.
It's gonna be great.
All right, thank you.